Just wanted to talk a little bit about my wonderful husband. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud to be his wife. He's a wonderful person. Kind, understanding. And I owe everything to him. If it wasn't for him and his compassion and his kindness and his strength, I wouldn't be who I am right now, because he's helped me to enable myself to live at the full potential of existence that I was entitled to live at, but I had convinced myself that I was unworthy of. When he and I were Jehovah's Witnesses, he never forced me to stop talking to my worldly friends, my family. He never forced me to agree with him on everything. And he always treated me as an equal. And if it wasn't for that compassion that he has, I would have lost it. When I was searching for my own truth, he never held me back. He always let me find out what I needed to find out, because I had a respect for him as to where I wasn't going to impose my reality on him. And he understood me because he knew that I needed to do that for myself, for my happiness. And so when I came to realize that the religion that we had followed was false and was full of error, full of hypocrisy, I was struggling, because I didn't want to rip him away from that, everything that he knew. And there was a point in time where I thought that I was destined for destruction, and that my husband and our son, they would live in paradise. And I hoped that after the Battle of Armageddon, that he would be awoken, he and my son, and that he would never remember me. I hoped that. I sincerely did. Because I didn't want him to have to deal with the pain of having lost me. Because I knew that it wasn't right. And after I finally realized how sick and depraved that thinking was, it gave me the motivation and the courage to slowly, tactfully, carefully reveal to him how things were not syncing up with the religion and the reality. And he had the courage to listen, and he had the courage to look, and he didn't, feel that it was important to prevent himself from thinking. He felt that it was important to grow. And so we got the chance to be together. Despite all the things that have been said about me, and all the hatred that's been directed towards me, and division that people have tried to make between us, he's always been constant. He never has doubted me, my motives. He's always had faith in me. And that's a lot more than a lot of men can do, especially when faced with people in their own family telling them things. But he always had an eye to look for what was true, and always stuck by me. And so you you can't put a price on that. You can't. There's so much value in that person, my husband. He's such a remarkable person with such a honest, compassionate, driven personality that is motivated by, I feel, is true Christian love. And sometimes I feel like, am I enough to replace all the things that he's lost because of his efforts to find his own truth? And will I be enough to replace all the family and all the friends that stepped away? Because they look at me as if I was the one that forced him or somehow coerced him to think along these lines. But it wasn't pressure of any kind. It was concern and it was love that motivated me to do these things. And I just hope that one day they'll understand. And I don't think that they'll ever stop disliking me. I understand that and I've come to terms with it. But the question is always in my mind, am I sufficient to hold the place of all the things that he's lost? And he always reminds me that I am. Me and this little boy. And he says that we're all that he needs. And I just love him. I'm so thankful for him. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. And he's my king. And I'll always be a soldier. And I just hope that people can find love like this. Because it's real. It's real. Don't give up, okay? Don't give up.
Hey!
What?
Believe it!
No!
Believe it!
No more white towers!
Believe it!
No! Ah!
Believe it!
Ah!
Believe it!
Burn my flesh!
Believe it!
Ah! No!
Believe it!